W and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Kind of cloudy out there right now. Jonathan Dent here at Radio Center, along with me, Terry Henne. And John, where did the sun go?
Well, I think it went, well, I don't know, but
I know where the clouds went.
We've still got some mostly sunny, some partly sunnies out there.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the current reporting stations, but it's pretty scattered.
Yeah. And right now it looks as though, basically the northern half, the lower peninsula, was supposed to say pretty much cloudy.
Yeah.
So I guess we joined the northern half.
I guess we drew the short straw where that's concerned.
Evidently. And where there is sun, a little bit warmer.
A little bit warmer. Yep. Not a whole lot, actually. But right now, here, it's freezing outside, but just freezing. Out at the airport, they're reporting 31. Downtown Midlands at 32. Here at Radio Center, we've got 32 as well. Southwest winds 17 miles per hour with gusts up to 24, giving us a wind chill of 21.
It was a little brisk
Yeah.
this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Even with the sun. And it was nice. Sunrise. Some of us saw it. A lot of us didn't. But I had a chance to take a look at it. We actually had some moon showing last night with a few stars. So it really wasn't all that bad. But as you said, it looks as though where there is sun, it's maybe a degree warmer. I think the hot spot right now in the state is down in the Detroit area where it is mostly sunny. They're looking at 34. Everybody else, low to mid 30s, especially northern Michigan. Cadillac's coming in this hour at Gaylor at 29. Houghton Lake, they've got about an inch of snow on the ground. That's it. They're currently 29 degrees there. And then you get up into the Upper Peninsula, a little bit more snow, but not that much. I know Marquette County, overall 18 inches to 24 inches. That's about it for them. You get a little bit further to the west, more in spots as far as snow goes. But obviously the temperature is a little bit cooler. Ironwood is at 17. Iron Mountain is at 19, but they have very little, if any, breeze. We've got a front that's running right across the southern boundary of the Upper Peninsula through the straits, joining up with a low over in western Quebec County, Quebec province, I should say, in Canada. Then we're looking at a very weak low pressure system, which is currently in Nebraska. That's the one we're going to keep our eye on because that is going to generate a little bit of snow showers, snow flurry activity, maybe a little bit of light rain as we go through the day tomorrow. On Wednesday, maybe a sprinkle or two late because that low isn't going to go away. It's just going to kind of drift out there. But it's not a very deep low, not very intense, so not a lot of moisture associated with it. And it is going to keep our temperatures running above average for this time of the year. West Coast continues to be very stormy. Over in the Sierras, they're looking at an additional 80 inches of snow.
Oh, my goodness.
Over the next 3 to 4 days. People, it's really a mixed bag out there. They're thanking for the rain and the moisture, but they're cursing everything because it's coming all at once.
Yeah, if it could get spread out a little bit, that'd be more convenient.
It would really help.
Yeah.
Seattle had very normal Seattle weather. If you happen to catch any of that Seahawks football game yesterday afternoon, that's about as typical Seattle weather as you can get.
Yep.
San Francisco, they had quite a bit of rain there. All the way down into L.A., they were getting quite a bit of rain. Actually, they were fortunate to get as much of the Rose Bowl game in as what they did without a lot of rain in that part of the country. It's continually on again, off again, light rain, heavy rain, all the way up and down the entire state of California, up into Oregon, and also up into Washington. But for us, sun and clouds. More clouds in the northern half, the lower peninsula and the upper peninsula. 38 is our projected high, 29. So we're going to drop down a little bit cooler, but still way above normal. We should be at 16 degrees this time of the year for a nighttime low. 29 is what we're projecting tonight. Low pressure system will be moving into southwestern Wisconsin. We'll keep our eye on it, but right now it doesn't look like much of anything in the way of moisture, because during the day tomorrow, once again, we're going to move up into that upper 30-degree range as far as temperatures, because that counterclockwise circulation with the low is going to be pushing a little bit warmer air up at us. 38 for a high, 24 for a low tomorrow night. Spotty light mix in spots. That's what the moisture pattern is going to be tomorrow. That low pressure will be in northwestern Illinois, and then it will drift back west during the day on Wednesday. Wednesday's high, 35. Wednesday's low, 25. Sprinkles late. System is going to be developing, not so much the one that we're talking about, but there's going to be another one, and that is going to drive through the Tennessee Valley, northern Ohio River Basin. There's going to be a lot of moisture down in that part of the country as we go through the day on Thursday. For us, it'll be a rain-snow mix. That's what it looks like initially, and it'll be later in the afternoon and into the evening. Thursday, we're going to be looking at, I think we're going to get a little bit more snow out of the system, but southeastern, I want to say at least the southeastern third of the lower peninsula is going to get quite a bit of rain out of that system, but a lot more rain south, Ohio River, Tennessee Valley, all the way down to the Gulf. So a pretty strong system, and I think that's where the bulk of the moisture is going to be falling. Long range outlook to take us all the way through the 21st of the month, much above average on the temperatures, slightly above average on the moisture. Record high in this state, 54, set back in 1939. The record low, 11 below zero, set in 1977. A year ago today, our high temperature was reached right after midnight. We hit 35 degrees. We had a low a year ago this evening of 10, and very little, if any, moisture at all. Record amount of snowfall on this date, about 9¼ inches of snow. That was set back in 1997. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, who do we have?
We're going to be talking with Gary Kaufman from Star of the West, and then, as per usual, Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. But first, we want to remind you that our weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Michigan Agribusiness Association kicks off their winter conference. That'll be tomorrow. We'll be broadcasting from the Lansing Center tomorrow, starting a little bit after 10 o'clock. Everything kicks off with the big luncheon tomorrow, and then they've got, John, a full agenda. It's going to run, oh boy, at least through, if not Thursday, I think even Friday. I ran off a copy of their agenda. And holy smokes.
Yeah. I'm seeing that now. You've got
a real
short story book over there.
So we'll enlighten all of you as to what's going on there. Our broadcast tomorrow will be brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions. We say good morning to Gary Kaufman at Star of the West. Gary, you were saving this up for today, weren't you?
Well, we did have a few pluses on the board on Friday, too. So we got a few more today. Not much on the corn and beans, but we just, trying to get some of that 49 cents we lost last week back a little bit here. So.
Yeah, we did take a pretty good dive last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure did. It was about 49 on the wheat, 25 on the corn, and about 18 or so on the soybeans. So, but the the market, continues to remains focused on the Argentina weather, the declining crop conditions there, and what does that all mean? Funds are pretty long, so they're kind of trying to probably even up some positions here this week ahead of that Thursday USDA report. So we'll kind of watch the technical side of it here as they're trying to liquidate some of those long positions potentially here as we get through the week as well.
Now, you mentioned that report. In years past, it's been pretty volatile.
It sure has, Terry. We're gonna take a look at the corn and soybean stocks report, and we're gonna look at production yields. They're gonna tweak the yields up a little bit. Is it, with demand being kind of sluggish, especially on corn, are they going to lower export numbers? We'll get our first look at the potential wheat planted acres here for this coming crop year too. So there's a lot of numbers coming in that report, and like you said, Terry, it has been volatile in the past years for sure.
So what are we looking on the board right now, Gary?
Oh, right now, let's call cash wheat up 13 at 712 on the white, 652 on the red. New crop up 12 at 748 on the white, 698 on the red. Cash corn up a penny at $6. New crop, let's call it up a penny as well at 532. Cash soybeans currently up 2 at 14.20, and new crop actually is down 4 now, Terry, at 13.28.
Taking a few profits.
Just like that.
How about that? Boy, I tell you, too many people listening to this report.
I don't. Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Gary, you have a good one. All right.
You as well, Terry.
All righty, Gary Coffin over at Star of the West. The phone's ringing off the hook right now, John. Somebody must want a piece of that action.
Oh, I'm sure.
What's going on? All righty, over to Oppenheimer we go with Doug Klein.
Yep, we're going to head over and talk with Doug for more on the markets. But first, the market report today brought to you by the folks at Schaefer and Beerline. Are you ready to upgrade to a new Ram truck for your family farm? Now is the time to order your new Ram 1500, 2500, or 3500. So you should see the folks at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, the Great Lakes Bay certified ag dealer. They specialize in all models of new Ram commercial trucks and vans, and ordering is the way to go. You can buy with confidence from Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth since 1852, where family and service sells cars. Also by Thumb Bank, they've been serving agriculture for over 125 years. They've got 2 locations in Bay City, also Cass City, Caseville, Pigeon, Bad Axe, and Marlette. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Well, Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer, how are we starting out this week?
Well, good for a Monday, I guess.
All right.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Couple interesting things. ConAgra hit a new high today. Their profits were pretty good last week, and their stock price is reflecting that. Schlumberger hit a new high today. That's been a while, and way back in the day, you could buy that darn near at $11 a share, and now it's $56 a share.
Who's that?
Schlumberger. They are oil service.
Oh. That's interesting.
Back in the day, remember when we were never going to need oil again?
Yep.
You could have bought them for next to nothing, and and now that's all changed. Natural gas is up almost 8% today. That's coming off a low that they hit on Thursday. So 4 days makes a huge difference there. We were kind of hoping that might reflect in the price of nitrogen, but I doubt it. Because, why pass on the savings when you can pocket it? All those big oligarchs in the fertilizer business just wringing their hands together.
All depends what pocket it's in.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
I did talk to a guy who's in the trust business, and he said he couldn't believe how fast that business has turned south. No significant backlog right now. So if you got cash, you're building a building of any sort, you might be able to get trusses in a fairly quick hurry. Like I said, if you got cash, borrowing the money might be a little bit more challenging with the price of interest going
right.
high. So anyway, see what happens.
They got him, huh?
They got him. I mean, he said that he basically has 6 weeks worth of work out there, which is very unusual for him. usually has more like a 4 or 5, 6 month backlog for trusses. So who knows? Here's your numbers. The March corn, 6.55, up a penny. The September of 23 corn, 6.07 and a quarter, also up a penny. March soybeans, 14.93 and a half, up a penny. And the November soybeans, 13.93 and a quarter, down 4. The March wheat, 7.56 and a quarter, up 12 and 3/4. And July wheat is 7.68 and a half. That's up 12 and a quarter. Crude oil was up a couple bucks today. Right now, up about 97 cents, 74.74. The heating oil is 302.03, up 1.5 cents. Gasoline 230.41, up 6 cents. Natural gas 367 and a quarter. That's up 28 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys 133.68 at the border. That's down 74 ticks. The dollar buys 131.76 yen. That's down 31 ticks. The euro's at 107.47. That's up 103 ticks. And I kind of sort of remember that at about 98 not very long ago. So you can see how rapidly the currency changed hands and changed values. The dollar's at 103.03. That's down 85 ticks. Gold is at 1879.80, up $10 an ounce. Silver's 23.94. That's down 3 cents. Platinum's at 10.92. That's down 60 cents. And copper is at 4.03. That's up 12 cents. All on China reopening a 6-month high, just like that. So copper's starting to make a run. I don't know if the other base materials are going to start running again too with China. Who knows?
Better keep an eye on your water pipes.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, right again.
There we go.
Here we go again.
Doug, you take care. Have a good day, okay? Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. John, going on right now, the 2023 crop and pest management update is going on up in Bad Axe at the Franklin. Series of meetings going on over the next several days. The next one on our calendar is going to be the 23rd, and that will be at Dowagiac. And then there'll be other ones scheduled as we go through Dundee. We'll have one the 7th of February. If you'd like a schedule of where those updates are going to be and a lot of the farm meetings that are coming up, all you got to do is go to the farm page at WSGW.com. Because remember, if we know about it, you'll know all about it when you take a look at the farm page. Let's check in with Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, Terry.
What should we be looking at right now?
Terry, this time of year, we talk about it every year, but it's the time of year you want to start planning about what you're going to do next year. And you can take time, do the research. If you need to reach out to a professional and for help, do that now. A lot of people will wait till, into late April and say, well, I want to be first on the list. Well, that ship has sailed as all the people are planning now and getting in line. So if you've got projects, start thinking them through now, what it's going to take, what materials you're going to need, how you're going to go about it, what materials should I use. Now's a good time to plan, Terry.
And now's a good time in some cases to buy some of that product if you want.
If you can find them, yes. The seed catalogs will be coming out shortly, and so if you want to grab stuff that way, you can get them that way too.
All right. Jerry, you take care. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
All right. Talk to you again. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Washington, D.C., John.
Oh, that's always fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can hardly wait.
Hi, I'm Don Ellens, owner of Ellens Equipment. In 1954, my father started our family-owned equipment dealership. Nearly 70 years later, we've grown from a single store in a small town to 3 locations across central and northern Michigan. Ellens has been blessed with an amazing, dedicated staff who serve our great customers. As we continue to grow, we're searching for more great people to join our team and advance their careers in the agricultural and construction equipment industry. We would love to have you join our team soon. Please apply at ellensequipment.com/jobs.
Again, we were talking about Washington, D.C., obviously all the stuff going on with the House of Representatives, John. They finally do have a speaker.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be, let's take care of some business. Well, one of the items of business, and this has been bothering a lot of agriculture, is that farm bill, the farm bill
Absolutely.
legislation. And it's now, if you sit back and take a look at it, it's becoming even more pronounced because of it's not just Republicans and Democrats, it's individuals and different agendas. And a lot of these people are new when it comes to the legislative process in Washington and taking care of some of these already existing programs. And one of them is the Farm Bill. CJ Miller with Michigan Ag Today clues us in as to what's going on and what the national corn growers think about all this conversation.
Well, now that the calendar has turned to 2023, many in the ag industry are turning their attentions now to Capitol Hill and the next 5-year federal farm bill, which will replace the current bill that's set to expire at the end of September.
Most people still think the last farm bill that passed was a pretty good one.
And that's Ted McKinney, the CEO of the National Association of State Departments of Agriculture. As lawmakers decide the policies and budget within this year's farm bill, some farm groups are concerned that money could be diverted away from the ag industry and allocated more for nutrition and food assistance programs like SNAP.
What's changed, though, is that COVID came along and society made sure that the kids were fed. There seems to be some that believe we need to keep doing that completely at government expense. And I mean breakfast, lunch, after school, weekends, summer. And that is where the debate will come.
McKinney says he believes the money that's needed to fund crop insurance programs won't be taken away and will still be available upon passage of the Farm Bill.
I'm still confident that when something less than 25% of the Farm Bill is for farmers and your listeners, I think they'll do okay. The forces at work to defend that are mighty. And it may be that the Farm Bill will grow. Let's don't just keep the pie the same and slice it differently, but let's just grow the pie.
The total estimated budget for the 2023 Farm Bill could reach $1.3 trillion.
And again, add to all of that, Debbie Stabenow
That's
will
what I was
be
gonna
leaving.
say. Yeah,
So this is going to be real interesting.
it will. It'll be something that we'll be keeping an eye on for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to. And again, it's the thought process is at least crop insurance. Some of those things should be okay. But for us here in Michigan, obviously you have to take a look at the Sugar Act, all of those things. There's a lot in that farm bill, and many folks are going to be on pins and needles until that thing is finally passed. And in some cases, it might not be passed until late in the year, because the expiration date doesn't mean that it's that's going to, they'll extend it and try to iron out more and more and more. So it's going to be quite a battle. We'll be right back. Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444. American Farm Bureau Federation having its annual meeting in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Zippy Duval, who you've had the opportunity to talk to, John, delivered the keynote address to get things kicked off, and we'll have some of his comments coming along in programs here over the next few days. So stick around for that. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. The U.S. Supreme Court's turned down a Republican effort to rekindle a Trump policy banning immigrants who would likely need to rely on public resources. Legal analyst Lori Levinson.
The Republicans tried to